All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I have to apologize. I've been a little lazy making some more videos for you guys. It's just been a little hectic with this video. I wanted to talk about the Mercedes, kind of give you guys an update for the past month or so. I've been testing this thing out and it drives fine, no leaks or anything, except for one, which is not a big deal. Right there, you guys can see that's basically the hydraulic fluid leftover that are in the hoses that run along this side of the car, which eventually I will take out. So these are just coming out. I mean, every now and then when I kind of park the car on a slope. So that's one of the things I want to let you guys know, that this car's been handling pretty good. Happy with the suspension, happy with all the upgrades that I did and all the leaks that I took care of. So no other leaks in the engine bay. Now, one thing, when I did park this thing over here, I wanted to put something in the back seat the other day. So I flipped this thing and now the seat's not working. The automatic seat adjust not working. So 3 things that can do this: fuse blown, this switch, which I already kind of popped out a little bit, or it could be something, an issue down under the seat itself. So I got under the seat, I saw one of the I guess it was the vacuum hose that was kind of cracked and broken off a little bit. So I fixed that already. It's just a real tiny vacuum hose. I fixed that, but I don't hear anything, any motor running or anything when I do this. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be this switch. And luckily for me, I already have one of these switch just hanging out because I didn't throw away any of the parts that I bought or sell them off, you know, to somebody else. I always keep these kind of parts, you know, in a box, and I got lucky with this. So we're gonna switch this out in the video and hopefully it'll fix the seat, because the next big thing that I want to do with this thing is I want to do the rotors and brakes. It's a major thing. I already have the parts ordered, so they should be on the way. Will take a couple of days, and that's the major thing I want to do with this car. You know, now let's get to the seat of this thing, and hopefully I can get this thing fixed, and then we'll move on to the bigger projects on this thing. So let's get it going. And we're back. So now, as I told you guys, this thing, I'm gonna try to show you guys what the deal was with this tiny little plastic hose. If you guys can see, there's that white hose running to the side right there. And I'm gonna try to show you guys right there, and there's a rubber piece of hose that I actually put between them to join them together. All right, guys, I'm gonna quickly step away from that video. I think I should have showed you guys closely what that little hose that was leaking or that was cut was. So this is basically a piece of that, which I took off. I cut away just to get a measurement and kind of like a size, because these are really tiny. I mean, as you guys can see, and I did measure this, it's 1/8 of an inch. And I went to hardware stores and stuff, and I couldn't find something that will wrap around this and that will, you know, get it joined together. So what I found was, in my garage, I found this rubber hose, which is nice and flexible, but putting this in here, it's nice and snug. So I actually cut both ends of the hose that were leaking. I cut it nice and smooth, and because it's pretty tight underneath that seat, I squeezed one side in halfway and I squeezed the other side in halfway, and it actually held the leak in, and there wasn't any leaking or anything. And once I changed those fuses, everything worked pretty good. So I wanted to show you guys this. So it's pretty much, you know, this hose, which is a lot thicker, but just to kind of, you know, mimic the hose, get yourself a cutter, you know, cut it nice and smooth, and what you're gonna get is basically 2 end pieces that are nice and smooth, and you're going to get a piece that you'll go in from one side, the other piece will go from the other side, and you can join those together and there won't be any leak. Because of this thing, it's nice and tight on the on top of that plastic hose. So just wanted to show you guys what I did underneath the seat. So pretty much, you know, do this if you have a leak. That way you don't have to change the whole hose, or you know, go through taking the seat out and all that stuff. I just did not want that headache. So got this done, and it worked fine. Just want to show you guys. So let's get back to the video.
Now that was what I initially thought was a problem, but I couldn't hear anything even after I fixed that. So I came back out, switched the switch back into another one, and got another used switch. Use that, nothing. So I looked up online on the chart of which fuses controls this thing, and I'll show you guys. Fuse F64, I believe, which is in the rear passenger side seat, and I'll go around, I'll show you guys what that is. So we're here on the passenger side rear seat, and this side obviously still works. Now you guys see I have a bunch of fuses out here. The reason being because those two fuses, the 7.5, they were both burnt right there. If you guys can see closer, hopefully this thing shows. Right there, that's one, and that's another one. And I even found a 10 up front while I was checking all the fuses. That one was done too. So I went and got myself some fuses at O'Reilly's, and I had some extra ones in the garage. Changed those out, and this thing, I mean, it's just basically this little door you just pop out and check every one of those fuses. Best way to do it, just kind of go sideways and flash some light on there, and you should be able to see it with the naked eye. Some you do have to pull out just because of the angle. So luckily for me, it was this and this. Both of these were burnt, and since I checked these and I had the extra fuses, I went to the engine bay and I checked all the rest of the fuses. There's going to be a fuse box on this side, passenger side, and another one on the driver's side, which I checked all of them one by one, and one from this side was out, the 10 amp I think, and I changed that. So I went ahead and put the original switch back on, seeing that the bezel was still there, the wood trim, and what do you know, the memory seat is working, going back and forth. Wasn't doing that. So all it took was a what, $2 fuse, maybe even cheaper because I got the whole pack for like $2.50. And now the switches work. So yeah, it was just that small little fuse. And now what I'm gonna do is basically put this back how it goes. This gets pushed in, and then the bezel for this part, or the little cover, is just one Phillips screw, and we're all good to go. So that was an easy fix. Just wanted to let you guys know. I know some people will have a hard time trying to figure out what the cause of this thing is, and it was pretty much as easy as one tiny little fuse. So again,
See, it is adjusting. I just hate it, you know, that day when it stopped working, because my chest was literally hitting the steering wheel and it's a pain in the butt. So it looks awkward anyway. So that was a quick fix. Now next thing, we're gonna hit the brakes and the rotors once I get those parts in, because it's been a while and it hasn't come in yet. So we'll get to that next. And again, you know, thanks for watching, and I'll wait for your comments, or if you have any questions about fuses, or which fuse it took, or which where I found the fuses, you know, just leave me a comment, and we'll keep on working on this thing, making it better and better every video. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.